Hey music lovers, I'm Tim Nichols and I'm here to bring you a Nichols Worth, but it's a little bit something different today. I'm doing an unboxing from Girder Music of the latest Petra releases, and I'm pretty excited. There's also a little extra in here. I'll let you know what that is once we open it, but I am super excited to see this. I've not seen any of this. I do have the originals of each one here. It is Never Say Die, Not of This World, Back to the Street, and On Fire, and it is in the vinyl and in the CDs. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and crack into this thing. I cannot wait to see what they look like. I've been waiting for these things since last fall. It's just amazing how long it takes for things to be pressed anymore. Ever since COVID and 2020 and all that and all the issues, it has slowed everything down. But whoo, here it is. Oh my goodness. All right, so we have Not of This World. Boom. Never Say Die. Boom. Now the cool thing about this is Never Say Die actually comes with Washes Wider Than on this one. So this is the first time Washes Wider Than and Never Say Die have been on their own CD. Then we have On Fire. And finally we have Back to the Street. But now that's where this little mystery package comes into play. What do we have here? Well, as I said before, Never Say Die has never been on a CD on its own, and now we have, boom, Washes Wider Than on its own CD. So that's pretty cool. I'll give you kind of more of a breakdown on the CDs in a separate video because there's some cool features to these that we definitely need to talk about. But this one's really going to focus on the albums, and I'm going to open them and get an idea of what they look like. There you go, Tim Wildsmith. The artwork, I can already tell you, is awesome on these things. Now, obviously, this is the original artwork, just enhanced by Scott Waters. The one I really want to show you is On Fire, because I was most excited about that one, because that one has my favorite artwork. And as you can tell, check it out. The artwork is just simply amazing. Everything just looks a little more crisp and clear. Now, this is one of the later pressings that you can get, kind of pushing toward the late 80s as America was kind of fading out. You can order it overseas and various things, but you can see the artwork looks really, really good. Never Say Die. Now, there's an interesting story about Never Say Die. Never Say Die actually has an error on the Star song, which I'll go ahead and show you in a minute. And then Back to the Street. Back to the Street, which is right here. And as you can see, artwork is just amazing on these, and the upgrades and things that Girder does to these records is just simply outstanding. So now let's focus on the 4 Girder releases, and let's open these bad boys so I can show you the color vinyl. I always have a little bit of trouble opening these, so we're going to give it a shot. There we go. All right. Oh yeah. All right, so we are opening first Back to the Street. Not in any kind of order. First of all, boom, you have a really cool poster. Now, there are only 300 of these vinyls actually pressed. So this is a limit. They call it limited run vinyl for a reason. It's because there is a limit to the run. Once these 300 are gone, they're gone. The CDs, they're limited press. I think they're only 300 as well, but I'll get confirmation on that by the time I make the CD video. But they do tend to press the CDs again, just without the collector cards that are inside. So now let's look at the back, okay? When you look at the back versus this one, and then when you look at the back versus the original, one thing that really stands out to me is that the font of the songs is much bigger, which is something I've pointed out. Otherwise, it looks relatively similar. So not a lot of big differences. This is actually a promotional copy, and yes, I'm one of those crazy people that collects variants, because this is a promotional copy. And in A&M, I also have the Star song, because I'm just a weirdo. I'm not going to show you these vinyls because they're just basic black, and I don't want to waste your time because I know this is what you want to see. So let's take a look. Back to the Street. First of all, the sleeve that this thing comes in, durable, full color, beautiful, next level. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this? Woo! Check it out. It's a clear vinyl with color splash red. Look at that label. It's beautiful. Just really detailed. I absolutely love this thing. So, man, more than I could have asked for. So let's move on. I'm going to open up On Fire last because that's the one that looked the coolest online. Because I've not seen any of these except online, just like most of you. So now let's take a look at Never Say Die. And I'm going to show you a little thing. I am going to show you the Never Say Die because I think that one has a little important difference that maybe you know about, maybe you don't. Maybe it's something you noticed. Maybe it's something that you didn't notice. This one, boom. Okay. Of course, poster. Oh, this one's got a 4-fold poster instead of a 2-fold. Really cool. I've seen that image before, so this is just really nice. It just gives it that collector's touch to where you know that next level thing was done. You can also display the posters if you want. I choose not to, but there we go. Big, big, big font. That looks probably at least a 10-point font. So you've got readability of the lyrics, to where on the other ones the lyrics were really small. But let's take a look at the vinyl. Oh wow, that is insane. Check that out. It's like half and half. It's half yellow and half green. Really slick. And of course it color coordinates with the theme of the album cover and all that stuff, but really, really, really slick. Never Say Die. Let's see if they made them the same. Okay, see there? Never Say Die. And for you vinyl enthusiasts, I'm touching the label. I'm not touching the back of the album. So now let's take a look at Never Say Die. This one is the A&M. This one does not have the error, but this one is the star song, and it has the error. It also gives you a look at the sleeve and how it's somewhat similar to the girder, but the lyrics are tiny on this thing. So let's take a look at Never Say Die, and you might learn something today. In the Never Say Die, if you look, the title says Never Day Die instead of Never Say Die, so that is an error. Some of them, they fix the error here, but then the error is also in the song. So if you have an error variant, you got a pretty cool collectible item. Girder actually corrected that error where it says Never Say Die and Never Say Die on the song. Now let's put this thing back in its slipcase, and we're going to take a look at Not of This World. And I saw Scott Waters share this image online, and it looked super slick. So I cannot wait to see this with my own eyes. Never Say Die is a killer album. It's really when Petra started finding their sound under Greg X Vols. It had Bamacy, Grave Robber, Walk by Faith, Not by Sight, Occupy, God Pleaser. They really started finding their stride on this album. And this is really when Petra, under the Greg Vols era, became who they were. So here we are. Got a little start here. Open this bad boy. This is the one I was second most excited to see. I was excited to see them all, but I was second most excited to see this one. So here we have really cool artwork on your sleeve. Of course, you're going to have your poster. This one's a 2-fold. That's slick. I love the blue and pink theme to match the album cover. And then last but not least, we have the color vinyl. So let's, oh man. Are y'all ready for this? Boom! That is slick. Check out that label, just full color. Everything is just next level. Greg always goes over the top when it comes to making this thing visually appealing. It's just enjoyable to listen to a record when you can read the lyrics and when you can enjoy seeing this spin on the turntable. I can't wait to see what this looks like on a turntable. All right. Now the moment that I've been waiting for. I don't know about you, but I've been waiting for this one. I love it, love it, love it. We're going to look at the Petra On Fire color splash. This one's got the blue and the orange. The only images I've seen of this are the stock images. There's not even any online that I've been able to find. All right. Been waiting. Of course, you got your good artwork. Really like that theme. It just screams 90s, and I love it. Nice big bold lyrics. Ooh-wee. Boom. Does that not look cool? Check it out. It's got the yellow vinyl with the red color splash on it. It has the sword kind of matching the album cover. Just really slick. So now, just for the sake of comparing, we're going to look at each album cover real quickly to show you why Girder really makes an elite product. So let's take a look at On Fire. What you can see, it's not going to be a marked difference because it is the same artwork, but I do see some more crispness. I do see a little more in depth in the image. I see the colors a little bit better. It's really when you get to the back where Girder really shows off his work, and that's when those big, nice lyrical fonts are shown. And on the spine, This is really, check out the difference. I mean, you can barely see. I mean, the color blends in. You almost can't even see the fire, but check that out. Boom, Petra on fire. Outstanding. Not of this world. Again, on the front, because these are more modern records, you're not really going to be able to see a huge difference, although this one is probably the one that I see the most marked difference on. The purple is much darker. This stands out a whole lot more. Not of This World looks a little more blue, where this looks a little more faded out. This could be because of age. On the back, of course, very similar, but you're still going to see a little bit more bolder colors. And interestingly, this one, the lyrics are not a whole lot bigger. They elected to do a larger print on this, so you don't see that big improvement here. But one thing you do see is on the spine. You can just count on girder. You got that sitting on your shelf, boom, you're going to be able to read that easily. All right, now let's take a look at Never Say Die. And again, you know, not a massive difference. The white looks a little more bright. The colors are a little more bright. It's when you get to the back, and really when you get to the inner sleeves, those are the things that really make it shine. And again, Petra elected to do a larger font here, so this is not as significant. However, it's black, so it shows up a little easier against that background. It's just these extra little touches that the folks at Girder Records think of to make your experience even better. And of course, once again, you have your spine, where you have, look at that. I mean, that's just puny tiny, boom. You can read that easily. Now we're going to look at Back to the Street. And of course, I have a promotional copy and I have a regular copy. And the cool thing about this is, you know, these girder issues, they're going to be in mint condition. So you need to get them now before they kind of go out of print and go out of stock, because they're not making them again. Now, one thing I noticed about this is I don't like this green in the original. It looks really kind of bright and fluorescent, but they took care of that on this one. These are small details, but these are details that matter. Also, the purple here is a lot more bold and dark, so it makes that Petra stand out where it kind of blends in on here. Then on the back, you have pretty much the same, but this is where those girder improvements on the song titles come into play, because these are hard to see. These are very easy to see. I've already shown you the inner sleeves, but you can see, boom, big font, very easy to read. That red is a little bit difficult to read, but not bad. It's definitely better than this tiny little font. So I'll get to the CDs in the next video. Hopefully you've enjoyed this unboxing. I know I have. I love that Girder is taking everything a notch above and beyond, doing far more than anyone could expect, really taking in the details. I'm really looking forward to seeing the collector cards and the CDs and really seeing how everything sounds. So I'll listen to this stuff and I'll give you my opinion. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on.